All right, so in this video, we're going to see Senator Bernie Sanders really take on Donald Trump's whole defensive thing about the Jeffrey Epstein files. But, and this is the important part, what starts out as, you know, a simple call for transparency, it just completely falls apart for the president. Sanders uses it as like a jumping off point for a huge critique of his whole political project. You really have to pay attention to the pivot here. Watch how he takes this one just really sordid topic and masterfully connects it to this whole cascade of other issues. He's building a case, you know, brick by brick against the administration's record. As usual, let's watch the video and then I'll give you my thoughts after.
Very much for joining me. Let me be frank. I have no idea what is in the Epstein files, who is in the Epstein files, or whether or not these files actually even exist. But this I do know. Jeffrey Epstein was an extremely wealthy guy who hung out with some of the wealthiest and most powerful people in our country and the world, including Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, multiple billionaires, and Donald Trump. And this I also know. During his presidential campaign, Donald Trump said very clearly that he would release the Epstein files. My response, Mr. President, do it. Do what you promised the American people you would do, and stop trying to deflect attention away from what you promised. Be transparent the way you promised you would be. Tell the truth like you promised. Because hiding whatever he's hiding with the Epstein files is not the first time, to say the least, that he has lied to the American people. He promised that his big, beautiful bill wouldn't touch Medicaid. Instead, the bill is going to take away Medicaid from 17 million Americans. Why is he slashing Medicaid? So we can give $1 trillion in tax breaks to the top 1% and $900 billion in tax breaks to the corporate world. In other words, he is making his very rich friends much richer while making life harder for working families. But that is not all. Trump is attacking every single day the very foundations of American democracy. He is usurping the responsibilities of Congress and is illegally refusing to allocate the money that Congress appropriated for education, housing, and other basic needs. He is ignoring court decisions that he doesn't like and attacking universities who are teaching courses he doesn't like. He's going after law firms that represented clients he doesn't like. Further, he doesn't like a free press and he doesn't want criticism. He has sued ABC, Meta, the Wall Street Journal, and CBS, and he has cut funding for PBS and NPR. Enough is enough. Too many Americans have fought and died to defend freedom and democracy, to defend the First Amendment and the right to dissent. That is what makes America great. Whether Donald Trump likes it or not, we are and will remain a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, not a country run by a bunch of billionaire oligarchs who want to move this country to an authoritarian society. Thank you.
Okay, so you saw it, right? You saw the move he made there. He started with the Epstein stuff, but he barely even stayed there. He didn't get bogged down in all the grubby details. Instead, he uses it as an entry point to give this. I mean, it's basically a sweeping lesson on civics, on where he thinks the American government is headed. And that's the thing that's really striking to me. It just says so much about our political environment right now. I mean, the fact that a politician has to use a big high-profile scandal just as bait, really, to get people to listen to a talk about the foundations of democracy being torn down. It's like he has to dangle something sensational in front of us just to get our attention for a lecture on, you know, constitutional norms. Let's look at how he did it. He starts out and he's so direct about the Epstein files. I have no idea what is in the Epstein files or whether or not these files actually even exist. You see how clever that is? He completely sidesteps all the conspiracy theories. he focuses on something really simple, something you can actually verify. During his presidential campaign, Donald Trump said very clearly that he would release the Epstein files. So the whole argument he's building, it's about the broken promise. The stuff in the files, that's a whole nother mess, but his point is the lie. And then, bam, there's the pivot. He links that specific example of, dishonesty to a much bigger, more damaging lie. The promise that he wouldn't touch Medicaid, a promise that was broken to slash it, to fund what Sanders calls $1 trillion in tax breaks to the top 1%. In just one move, he connects Trump's character to a policy that hurts, literally millions of working families. It's an incredibly effective way to show a pattern of behavior, right? And from there, the floodgates just open. You can just hear the frustration in his voice building as he lays out this whole list of actions he sees as anti-democratic. Things like ignoring Congress, just disregarding court decisions, attacking universities, law firms, the free press. He's basically saying that the same contempt for the truth that you see in the Epstein thing that's being applied to the entire structure of American democracy. It's the same attitude. And, my personal take on this, this whole speech is just a masterclass in connecting the dots. It's genuinely, it's troubling. It's troubling how that long list of corrosive actions he just rattled off, how it's all become so normal. Each one barely even makes a headline for more than a day. Sanders is trying to force us to see it all together, to see it as one big political sickness, you could say. One single pattern. He doesn't want us to see them as just a bunch of separate incidents that pop up and then we forget about them. And this, I think, this reveals the central challenge for Democrats, or really for anyone who believes in a pluralistic society. You're fighting against more than just individual bad policies now. You're fighting against a total disregard for the process itself, for the norms, the institutions, the very things that allow us to have a reasoned debate in the first place. Sanders ends it by framing it as a choice between a government of the people and a society run by oligarchs where, all the power is in one person's hands. And honestly, after listening to his argument, it's hard to feel like he's exaggerating. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And while you're down there, it would be a massive favor to me if you hit that subscribe button. Oh, and give the video a thumbs up too. That really helps. I appreciate you all. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.